versus Li Fen from Sweden. 審判部長会長、アンパイア、長野田村、日本。アシスタントアンパイア、秋子神谷、日本。
Welcome to the GAC Group 2014 ITTF World Tour Japan Open in Yokohama, Japan. I'm Adam Bobrow, and we've got a full day of play ahead of us. Starting off today, we're going to have our women's singles semifinals, followed by the men's singles semifinals, women's doubles finals, men's finals, women's singles finals, and the men's finals. As the gym starts to fill up, players are here for the first match. Closest to the camera, we see Li Fen of Sweden in blue. Will be playing against Feng Tianwei from Singapore. Feng Tianwei is the first seed in this tournament, world rank number 4, 27 years old, and has some outstanding credits to her name. Li Fen from Sweden, who's never played Feng Tianwei in a pro tour before, is the number 6 seed, world rank number 16 player, and 37 years old. Li Fen yesterday took down Ai Fukuhara, quieted the crowd in a 4-1 victory in the quarterfinals. On the way there, beat Taipei's Cheng Xianzhu and Polina Mikhailova from Russia, the chopper. On the other side, Feng Tianwei in the round of 32 had a solid win, very close match, and then in the round of 16 took down Chen Xingtong from China, and in the quarterfinals beat Misako Wakamiya from Japan in a 4-0 victory to make it here to the semifinals. And as you can see right here, Feng Tianwei, her resume a bit. Bronze medalist in the Olympics, toughest field of play. Quarterfinalist in 2 singles championships for the World Championships. And second place in the Korea Open just last week. We saw some very steady, versatile play from Li Fen yesterday, staying close to the table. Strong backhand, like a whip right off the bounce. Spin variation, different serve every time. Here's our umpire, Nagako Tamura from Japan. And our assistant umpire, Akiko Kamiya, also from Japan. Singles matches will be best 4 out of 7, where our doubles matches will be best 3 out of 5. Despite the 10-year age difference, experience is definitely going to be a big factor, as both of these players are very experienced. Feng Tianwei, very compact strokes, does not have much of a middle. Quick reactions, can hit the ball on the run either side. Blocking machine, a wall, great over-the-table play in short game. But Li Fen is having an outstanding tournament. So this could be anybody's game. First game of the match, Li Fen will serve, love all. Half long serve down the middle takes the point. And while Feng Tianwei starts playing the angles, Li gets right back in and plays it out wide to the forehand to take the point. First 2 serves go to Li. Feng gonna try to do the same, convert her serves to points. And after being completely fooled by the topspin on that serve, leaving a high ball, the rip comes right back. Li with an outstanding defensive play. Feng Tianwei earning another powerful forehand right into the body to take the point. Inside out backhand over the table. And the long serve earns her a nice backhand third ball, but she's not able to put it past Feng Tianwei. Beautiful shot. Li keeping Feng pinned on the backhand corner, shot after shot. And finally, Feng turns and takes it to the short side of the table for a winner. While the points have been mainly back and forth, Feng Tianwei pulls ahead for a 2-point lead. Li trailing 3-5. Close exchange near the table. Final ball catching the edge of the blade for Li. The big ripping backhand snapped off the bounce, goes just long on the second shot. It's a 4-point lead now for Feng Tianwei. Last 4 points in a row have gone to Feng. Li trying to push it out wide to the forehand side. Catch Feng off guard. Misread the serve a little bit. And we saw yesterday that Li's very comfortable from a step behind the table, spinning the ball up with her backhand side. Change of pace, slowing it down a little bit. And this time it's Feng Tianwei who takes a little pace off, puts a little extra spin on the ball. Soft touch by Li. Ball barely comes off the table. Feng not able to attack. Still a 3-point lead. Beautiful receive, steps in, takes it with the backhand over the table and hits it out wide to the forehand while Feng Tianwei was waiting to turn the corner. You can see she steps around looking for the forehand on the backhand side. Very smart placement by Feng as she hits it behind, back to the backhand corner. And now 3 game points for Feng Tianwei. And after the banana flip over the table, Li steps around to take a big forehand, and Feng Tianwei blocks it out wide to the open court to take game 1, 11-7. And we'll be back with game 2 just after this. And as the players come back for game 2, you could see Li hopping around, trying to warm up, get into the rhythm, loosen up a little bit. Feng with the lead 1-0 in games. Love all. Short serve to the forehand, light topspin. Gets a popped up third ball over the table. Beautiful flip, just comes in and takes the point out wide to the forehand side. A service error by Feng Tianwei. Like there might have been some issue with the toss. And there is some humidity in the air. It's been drizzling outside. Sometimes when it's raining, the room's a little bit more humid. Ball slides off the rubber. And while Feng stays close to the table, blocking loop after loop, Li manages to move around on the backhand side, spinning it over and over, staying persistent and winning the point. Excellent receive from over the table. Li quick to get to the ball and flips it way out wide to the forehand side. This is the danger of a short serve if it's a little bit high and your opponent anticipates it well. Strong defensive play from off the table as Li keeps punching the ball back, putting the pressure on Feng. Now with a 4-point lead, up 5-1. Trying to play the middle of the table, a little bit shorter. Ball too long for the table. And a nice read by Feng as she flips it over the table, but Li was already breaking to the forehand side. Counters it right back to take the point. And Feng with very specific placement and change of pace. Li not able to get her backhand loop into play. It's very effective when she can spin the ball and snap through it. And from right at the hip into the body, Li able to spin it up with the forehand, extending her lead again. And after a break off the top of the net, the ball comes back and catches the edge of the blade of Li. Not a bad chance to recover. 2-point game, Feng's still in this. And just missing the wide shot for the inside-out forehand. Best counter looping rally we've seen yet, forehand to forehand. Starting to work over to the backhand side and just overdoing it. Fast long serve wins the point outright. Still a 2-point game. Feng Tianwei was trailing 1-5 and is now down 6-8 as Li serves at 8-6.
11.
And Li going for the fast long serve, trying to set up a big third ball attack. The backhand going just long again, and now it's tied up at 8 points each. Feng Tianwei has crawled all the way back. Feng Tianwei trying to bring the ball in short. Bring Li in over the table to set up the next attack. Just a little too short. And the long serve into the backhand side, well received as Li spins it. Heavy topspin, ball kicks up into the body. Feng Tianwei not able to get out of the way and cover. And now it's 2 game points for Li Fen of Sweden. Nice exchange, 1 game point gone. Li with 1 more serve at 10-9. And the fast long serve into the backhand comes right back off the bounce as Feng Tianwei puts it in the middle of the table, and Li is not able to connect with her loop. It is tied up at deuce. Feng stays persistent on the backhand, trying to force Li to step around and get out of position. Li hangs tight, stays loose, and now has game point. That was their 3rd game point, but she's not able to take the game, and Feng ties it back up at 11 points each. And left up high near the net. Feng not able to take that ball. Sometimes when they're high, they look easy, but it's very tough to get in over the table and make that reach at full extension. 4th game point for Li Fen. Heavy spin shots from Feng Tianwei right at the table, driving Li back and off. We're at our 3rd deuce this game. Looks like Feng's trying to make sure her rubber's nice and dry. There's no slippage on the forehand loops. Strong receive over the table again. Li is very quick to get into the short forehand serve. Ball's a very difficult ball out wide for Feng Tianwei, trying to play to the short side of the table. And again out wide to the forehand side. Li Fen takes the game 14-12, and we're tied up at 1 game each, back with game 3 just after this break. Li Fen back at the table with no coach in her corner. Feng Tianwei with the Singaporean coach. Lots of good strategy and planning between games. Game 3, 1 game each. Li Fen with the serve to start. Excellent backhand receive over the table, deep into the backhand side. Feng takes the point. Service area, you can see there's some control issue out there right now. Both players having a little difficulty spinning the ball. The spinny third ball backhand from Feng Tianwei. Strong start as she's leading 4-0. And the long spinny serve not seeming to bother Feng. It was very effective yesterday against other opponents, especially against Ai Fukuhara. Snap backhand once down the short side of the table. And it's the first point for Li Fen as she gets on the scoreboard with the forehand flip down the short side. Feng Tianwei still leading by 4. Beautiful counter right over the ball on top of the table. Feng Tianwei puts it away to the forehand side. It's a very spinny ball, not too high either. Feng Tianwei made it look easy. And Li's able to get her snap backhand loop into play. Feng rushed the shot a little bit on the forehand side. A little bit more of a flat hit than a spin shot. And the fast long push, not heavy spin. Li lifts too much. Excellent spin variation from Feng. And after the serve to the middle, breaks out wide to the forehand side for the receive. Counters right back cross court, just wide enough. And 2 flat hits in a row from Li. Off the table. Almost looks like she's in next game already. Forehand flip, and now she's down 7 game points. And Li's ready to move on to game 4 as Feng takes it 11-3 with a very convincing win in game 3 to go up 2-1. Game 4 just after this.
serve, double.
Game 4, Feng Tianwei to start off with the serve, leading 2-1. Beautiful backhand punch down the forehand line from Li. It looks like Feng Tianwei starting to turn. Try to get the forehand on from the backhand side. Perfect timing for Li to go down the line. About a step too far away from that ball as Feng takes a little pace off it, forces Li to take a shot from way out in front. And the high spinny ball from Feng Tianwei gets smacked right back by Li. We saw her set up a lot of high spinny balls to flat hit yesterday, come right through the ball. Her counterattack is very strong, a little bit slower spinny balls as long as she's not too far from the table. It's a great strategy for Li. And again, a little slower and spinnier. Stays on top of the ball, puts the pressure on. Extends her lead, now a 3-point lead as Feng's trailing 1-4. Well-placed spin shot into the middle. Feng not able to stay on top of it. And again, the placement right into the body. Feng Tianwei turns to take a big forehand spin shot, and it comes right back to the elbow. Not many players have had success finding the middle on Feng, but Li Fen doing an outstanding job.
1-7.
Half long to the middle, push long. Feng trailing 1-7. Short serve to the middle, the over-the-table backhand receive just too low from Li as it clips the net and goes out. And that's exactly where Feng Tianwei wants to put Li. 3 steps off the table, taking shots out of desperation. The final backhand, all wrist, almost falling down for the shot. And Feng starting her comeback, keeping the pressure on. Li 2 steps off the table for those points. Feng Tianwei playing a wall after the big spin on the forehand side, staying on top of the ball, moving around, blocking with the backhand, forcing Li to make several shots to try and win a point. After about 4 or 5 loops, still not able to hit through Feng. And that's 5 points in a row for Feng Tianwei from down 1-7 to make this 6-7. Rather, some confusion on the score here.
6-7.
Alrighty. It's early in the morning over here. Making sure everything's right. Now a 1-point game, Feng Tianwei. 1 serve left to tie it up. Unbelievable recovery from the backhand side around the net. Ball left up on the table. Get another look at this. Little bit high, slap to the forehand, and nobody's home to recover the wide forehand ball from Feng Tianwei. Beautiful shot to tie it up. That's 6 in a row. It's a shot that Li has to take.
Seven, 8.
7 straight points for Feng Tianwei from down 1-7. Now has the lead. Li serving at 7-8. And that is the best rally this match. Counter loops all over. Feng Tianwei is on fire right now. She cannot miss. Wider and wider to the forehand side, keeps coming back. You can see how pumped she is. That's 8 in a row for a 2-point lead. Feng Tianwei looking to go up 3 games to 1. And now 3 game points. I think if there were a coach in the corner for Li Fen, a timeout would have been called somewhere in that streak, in that 9-point straight run. And that is 10 in a row from down 1-7. Feng Tianwei of Singapore comes back to win 11-7 and go up 3-1 in the women's singles semifinals. Game 5 right after this break. And as we come back for Game 5, we just saw one of the greatest comebacks in one game from down 1-7, 10 straight points for Feng Tianwei. Make that 11. Momentum still with Feng. Li's got to change something. She's trailing 1 game to 3. This best 4 out of 7. Right now, there's no stopping Feng Tianwei. Big loop down the middle. And another one for Feng Tianwei. 14 points in a row between the last 2 games. Unstoppable, a woman on a mission. Wants to take this championship. Add 1 more championship to the resume. And it's the first point in a long, long time for Li Fen from Sweden, but she's on the board. Down 1-4 this game. smart placement by Feng Tianwei. Looks like she's gonna go cross court, hits it behind Li. You can see the stress Li's dealing with right now. She's gotta figure something out. And Li, from a step off the table, manages to get Feng Tianwei a step behind the table. Seemed like a good strategy for Feng to be able to get the ball back. The last counter, a little too much spin and pace. Huge step around forehand from the backhand side, and Li puts it past Feng with the wide shot. Quick move. She fans out her wrist nice and flat before that shot. Beautiful trajectory. Fast long push into the backhand side, miss hit by Feng. Timeout is called. Feng Tianwei needs to get back on that train she was on before. 14 straight points for Feng Tianwei. And now Li turned it around a bit here in game 5. Feng Tianwei was shutting down the backhand attacks, pretty much keeping Li off balance. Never really able to settle into her shot. Some fun faux hawk action, probably gonna go back by the time game starts. There's only one thing on Feng Tianwei's mind right now: winning this match. So Li now only trailing by 1 point. 4-5, second serve. And it's tied back up. The over-the-table play from Li, very strong. Soft touch wins the point. Outstanding point, wide out to the corners. Over the table flip, return back, and they start a long counter looping rally. Some of the angles on these shots. Li trying to bring it back into the forehand side. Both players very mobile in this point. Spinny opening shot by Li, but Feng stays on top of it, working it out to the forehand side. Moving Li around a bit. Li trailing again by 2, but still in this game.
Net 5-7.
Bit of a miss hit off the edge. Still a big shot for Feng Tianwei. First the Cho, then the slight apology. It's a strong point for Feng Tianwei, but Li just outplaying her. Li with some nice change of placement. A little bit misleading shoulders as she hits it out wide to the forehand, but the ball comes right back to the elbow. Smart play by Feng. Now 2 points away from winning this match with a second serve at 9-6. And tucks for the big backhand counter loop from off the table. You can see she's not happy with that last shot. Just a little under the ball. Beautiful forehand inside out to the backhand corner, and now it's 3 match points for Feng Tianwei of Singapore. Long serve out wide, heavy underspin. Feng finding the bottom of the net, now has 2 serves, 2 game points left.
Let 10-8.
And the low serve, half long, top side spin on the pendulum. Li with a strong receive right in. Now 1 game point left for Feng Tianwei from 10-7 to 10-9. And 2 big forehands, but Li stays in right at the table and blocks it down the line out wide to the forehand side. Feng Tianwei giving everything she can on those 2 forehands, trying to finish this match. Now tied up, 10 points each, Li with the serve. After a push deep on the table, ball comes back and spinny. Feng Tianwei with another match point. And the spinny backhand goes into the net, and Feng Tianwei wins in game 5, 4 games to 1. It was 12-10 for the Singaporean, who will be moving on to the women's singles finals. Outstanding play from Feng Tianwei, and stick around because just after this, we've got another match coming up for you. It'll be Yu Meng Yu of Singapore versus hometown favorite Kasumi Ishikawa of Japan for the women's singles semifinals. Stick around.